It's time for Whispers from Eternity. Today is also the inauguration of a new president here in the United States. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And we are nearing the end of our 217 readings from Whispers from Eternity. And we'll begin a new series on Friday at noon based on the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. More on that perhaps tomorrow, our last day. Today, then, we have reading 216. The imprisoned bird of omnipresence was released. Interesting theme for today's inauguration. The open door of meditation released the caged bird of omnipresence. It fluttered, then it spread its wings and flew up and outward over infinite spaces. Its joyful song brought peace to every unhappiness-scorched being. Alas, unaccustomed to its newfound freedom, the soaring bird remembered the little cage that had enclosed it in its old ways. It flew back, hopped inside, and folded its wings, hiding again safely, as it thought, with its illusory security. O bird of eternity, take heart. Break out forever from that little prison of imaginary security and soar up to thy barless home in everything. Well, barless home indeed. I don't know if that's a home without a bar or not, but jokes aside, today we inaugurated a new president in the United States, and it offers for us hope, of course. I think just the mere affirmation of basic principles of truth, unity, respect and dignity, and other basic qualities on a national and international scale and scope, where millions of people tuned in and heard those words. I think that itself is a great contribution to the consciousness and attitude of citizens of the United States. How far it can go, well, we know what we're up against. Joe Biden, the new president, gave us a long list of challenges that face both our nation and our world. Climate change and the virus being among the top global challenges, but also the consciousness of separateness, of prejudice, etc. And so, whereas people of hate or narrowness of mind and heart are not going to be touched by such a speech or affirmation, nonetheless, these are core principles of the human heart, core precepts on which the nation of America was founded. And so, like this lovely little poem, prayer demand poem, that the open door of a new inauguration released the caged bird of our nation's aspirations so that we can spread our wings and fly high in humble pride, meaning pride in truth, and soar above the nations of the world as an example, as this nation has been in the past to other nations. Will we also be unaccustomed to this newfound freedom and go back into our cage of sectarian differences and political polarization? Well, to some degree, of course. Politics is politics, after all. And power is the nature and the goal of politics. So, of course, it's going to be far from perfect. But, O bird of truth, take heart. And let's break out from that imaginary home of polarization and our differences. It's so interesting that the very precepts of true religion worldwide, certainly the precepts taught so purely in the Indian tradition of Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion, are such that, how perfect is it that a teaching of transcendence, a teaching of true equality, soul equality under God, under the soul, is really the religion of the future. I mean, it's the religion of now, as I see it, but it isn't a fact in any case at this time in human history. But Paramhansa Yogananda said that self-realization, that is to say, the understanding and the desire to know who I am, and in that quest to see that who I am is much greater than the natural limits of this human body with its five senses, its ego protectiveness, its instinct to survive and fight and flight and so forth. And to know that we are much more of that brings both comfort and security. Krishna says even a little bit of this practice will save you from dire fears and colossal sufferings. Well, that's true on so many levels. Levels such as just being calm under fire is itself a comfort. But of course, deeper than that is the true soul comfort of knowing that nothing and no one can harm us so long as we remain in the heart of that transcendent consciousness. Not easy to do under fire, grant you, but if you don't do it on a daily practice and a daily affirmation, then it's not likely, it'll be like that little bird returning to its home when the hunter is shooting at it. So this is a day of remembrance, as well as a day of affirmation, a day of hope for a new beginning. I think many Americans are tired of the showmanship and the selfishness and etc. that has been shown from the former president of the United States, regardless of whether you liked his policies or felt in tune with his policies and so forth. The rhetoric, the consciousness, the attitude. By their fruits ye shall know them. And so those who, with hate and prejudice and greed, strike out even in the right direction so far as the nation's interests are concerned, it can only bring suffering. And so, yes, today fits very nicely with this reading. The imprisoned bird of our high-mindedness has been released today to once again fly in the skies of omnipresence, in the skies of freedom. Okay, great souls, that's it for today, and bless you. We'll see you very soon.